I'm no expert at gardening, but I started these last winter, I think around March, and the whole summer they were only about like this tall. Well, my mom is this freaking believer in Osmocote, which is this, see that fertilizer and that round stuff? And so I said, I don't know, because I've usually used Miracle Grow. And I put it in there, and a week later, those things had. I mean, there was like they barely got rid of their cotyls or whatever their breakthrough leaves, and they had maybe one set of real leaves, and like a week later, these things were just blooming like crazy. Well, anyway, I've cut these back, as you can see by these cuts in them. I mean, I've cut them back. This is like the second or third cutting. See how they're growing up into the lights? And I just cut these back a week below this, down this much. And the first time I cut them, I mean, there was like hardly any leaf. I maybe left a couple leaves on. But I'm gonna plant these next. I'm gonna keep these and just keep cutting these back. I'm gonna put some dirt in them today and fill these up a little more to stabilize this and give them I mean, I'm torturing these basically because I hear that stress. I mean, you can stress out a plant too much, but I try to not water them until they go dry, and that's kind of the stress I'm putting on them. And I let them grow up into the light and then cut them back. And so I guess that's two stresses: the water and this extreme cutback. But I'm gonna, I don't know if it's Osmocote or just a fertilizer because I don't really fertilize a whole lot except when they're outside. I figure they should be able to, they got enough oomph to grow on their own on the inside. But this year it was just, these did not grow very good. But I mean, yeah, they look a little stressed, but that's because I'm taking them back to almost to where they droop. In fact, I got where my rabbit runs down here. I got I don't even know what you call this. It's some sort of salad. It's arugula, and I wait till that stuff lays on that. My rabbit's down here and eats all this stuff down here, and I wait for that arugula to drop to the screen. Then I water it, and the next day it's back up. I mean, that is one sturdy plant. And then I got these here that I don't know why my grasses aren't growing, but I went and got some grass seed for my rabbit because she's kind of. I grow Timothy, but as you can see, that Timothy's not doing too good down there to let her chew on. And so I'm gonna try some grasses. I got some like rye, like Kentucky bluegrass and stuff. So I'm going to plant these next year. See, these are going to be some of my. I think I got to knock these blooms off these pepper plants in the back because they're gonna have some tiny peppers. And yeah, but that's where I'm at with these. So if you're afraid of cutting them back, if you leave one leaf, one or two leaves, and make sure you water it, I wouldn't worry about. I mean, I've done two or three extreme cuttings on these, and they just keep coming back. So if you're worried about cutting them back a little bit, you can cut them back a lot. Because I was hoping they'd get away from the viney. I heard just indeterminates are viney and determinants have more like a trunk-like structure. So I'm going to try to buy determinants this year and throw a couple seeds. I don't even know what some of these are. I know those. One is my Principi Burgesi, or I can't even pronounce the name, but it's the most flavorful tomato I grow. And a couple of these might one be a Scotch bonnet. I don't know. The other's probably cayenne. A couple sandwich tomatoes. Anyway, don't be afraid to cut back. And I'm going to cut these back all winter long. And hopefully, you know, you see the rooting on that. Put dirt around this rooting and you'll get more power from your plant if you what do they call it, mounding up your tomatoes. I learned that from an uncle. So there you go.